Where do geniuses like Einstein, Nikola Tesla, and Leonardo da Vinci get their information?
See that across time and space we have pockets of people who have received tremendous amounts of information which really have propelled civilization along.
So I've come to understand how to receive information on anything that you want to know about or wonder about.
Obviously the question then is, do they have special brains, or is this just something which happens by concentrating on the right thing to access this information?
It has nothing to do with me being special of any sort or having a special kind of brain. It's all about the state that I'm in.
Anytime that there is an individual with extraordinary gifts, is it possible that they're a little bit more than human?
We're all actually more than human. If we identify as just human, then we would have human limitations. But once you realize that everything is one and everything is connected, and all the information within the universe and anything that could exist is potential in superposition, and that you have access to all of that information right now, then you can gain access. But if you don't believe that is possible and you're still limiting yourself, you're the one putting the barriers between you and the information.
He describes laying down on a bed in his room and taking a candle and placing the candle at the foot of the bed. And he would lie down in the bed and look at the flickering of the flame on the ceiling, and it would put him into a very, very deep state in which he would be able to imagine and come up with new ideas.
Puccini said that his great opera, Madama Butterfly, was from God, that he wrote it down, but it came directly from a divine source. William Blake, whose entire opus, his writing and painting was based on repeated angelic visitations. Brahms said that his music came from something beyond himself.
Could there be other geniuses with similar claims, that they received information from a higher realm while in a trance-like state?
Didn't know how to explain this before, and I used to say I would get in a certain state of mind, and it felt like I was being on psychedelics like acid or mushrooms or LSD, or without the visuals, but I was making all of these connections as if I was having this epiphany after epiphany after epiphany after epiphany. Things were firing that weren't before. I felt like I was walking around constantly feeling like I was on acid.
We often think that a genius is eccentric, but I think some of their eccentricity comes from the fact that they really are in touch with other realities.
Could there be evidence of other geniuses across human history whose greatest breakthroughs materialized through altered states of consciousness?
As I've learned more, I believe the state that I'm in is the flow state. I intend to be in the flow state all of the time. I don't have to do anything specific or special necessarily, but I can if I find myself not in the flow state. But I believe living in the flow state is life-giving, whereas not living in a flow state is death. The reason why some of these people claim to have gotten the information from God, angels, demons, aliens, is because a lot of them haven't recognized that everything that they are experiencing is also them. And so it's like I need something out there to transmit the information to me, from me. For me, everything that I experience, I understand as myself talking to myself, teaching me about myself. And so rather than take anything as a negative experience, I wonder what I am learning about myself from that experience. And so I'm always asking that question, constantly wondering, constantly curious. Because I'm constantly curious, it keeps me in a flow state. Curiosity is one way to get into a flow state. I will wonder about a question, and I don't have to search. I'm curious, and I pay attention. Everything has more meaning than what's on the surface. And if you wonder what it means, you'll get the answer. The answers, they come. They come externally and internally. It can be a sign, a literal sign, or it can be something that pops into your head. So it's like, it's everywhere. It doesn't matter what you ask. I've gotten so many answers on the universe and reality